Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just wanted to share my resources for language arts and just reading for my first grader. And so this year, as you know, I am using the Abeka program. So this is their handbook for reading. I do have their language arts lesson planner as well. And then I do have everything that came with the kit. So flashcards, charts, all, everything like that. You don't need it because inside of this handbook, it does have everything. So it has the blend ladders and also what you are learning on the charts. So it indicates the charts right here that corresponds with the physical charts. And so I just thought maybe I'll get the physical charts because I do find that my learner pays more attention to when something is just like exploded in her face. And so that is the reason that I chose the route of not only having the handbook, but also the charts and flashcards as well. In addition to that, I found this book. So from my previous videos, I did share that we were using this year. And so far, everything has been going smoothly with this. It's more so an oral presentation of grammar, which I think that a lot of kids tend to lose the ability to listen and comprehend, and it's not something that's taught earlier on. So I did think that this was quite beneficial to have and to use for this season for our first grade semester. And so I'm just going to show you like quickly. We are currently on lesson 4 because again, we just officially started using this book this week. And fortunately for us, we are going at the pace of 1 lesson a day for the handbook for reading language arts curriculum with Abeka, and then also with this as well. I find that the scripted lesson plans works better for us. That's why I really do enjoy the Abeka. And also last year when I did the Good and Beautiful, I just thought that it was much smoother for me and also for my daughter. So with this, you see it has the instructor and then the student's response. It wants you to approach the proper response here. Sometimes it's not possible, especially when you just introduced it to them. And that is why it's really good because it goes over that concept for a little bit. So for this is the newer version of the book. I do think that there's one with a boy on it. I forgot where I got this from. I think it was Christian book website, I'm not sure, but I did snag it over the springtime there. So much of it is like this. And I am just so happy that something like this exists because honestly, I didn't have that for the Good and Beautiful. They did have grammar inside of it, but everything just like sprinkled in there. So 1 week we're doing this, another week that, and then the grammar is just like squeezed into that. But I wanted something more structured, more really just without having to do something like Fix-it Granmar. Something simple, but also rich, okay? And so that is why I did, after I flipped through this, I did realize that this was such a good resource. I don't see many people using this when I was looking up curriculums over the summer and the springtime. And I just thought, maybe they don't want to, or maybe they just think it's a little bit overwhelming. But honestly, children, they can easily comprehend something like this. If you introduce this, you think about it, this is basically what children do when they play. You play dress up, you play pretend. That's narration. Then you have them learning proper nouns. You do that from day to day. When you present to them this information in a way like this, it kind of gives you the insight on where your child is and if they really do pay attention to how you interact with them. This is a good starter if you don't know how to approach these things. And so, for example, look at this, the months of the year. We all know the months of the year early because of the song, but we teach them like this, okay? You see, they know exactly what comes next. And so I just thought that this was pretty cool. And then it does have an activity or copy work that you can do. The way that I use this is that in the morning time, along with our read alouds, I just go over the lesson. And then in the evenings, we go over the lesson just one more time, just to reinforce what we learned. I do note that with Abeka, when they do introduce reading and having the kids learn how to read, they have a morning reading time and then an evening reading time as well. And so it gives them 2 chances to practice these new things that were introduced to them. And I think that's the best way to learn, instead of just doing the lesson just one single time. And it only takes about, say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes for both the reading portion of Abeka and then for this as well. Nothing too rigorous, and it doesn't take up a large portion of the day. So like I said, it can be done first thing in the morning when you guys are having breakfast, and also when you're preparing to wind down. So just take a moment out of free play to really just address these a second time. So as a whole, this book can really take you throughout your entire school year if you do 1 lesson a day, or shorten it to about 4, depending on how your school year works that you choose for your household. So the plan for me is to do this at least 4 times a week. So having it done 4 times a week gives me the ability to introduce everything without overextending myself or also causing any unpleasant feeling with the homeschooling process, because sometimes you can overwhelm your children if you don't think about it, but you don't want to just under challenge them. So that's one thing that I strive not to do. I want to prepare them for the real world, and I just want to make homeschooling challenging enough that it makes them think, it makes them become aware that things aren't always easy. And so that is why I think an early introduction to grammar and the like is very important, and it could also make them better speakers, okay? So yeah, let me know if you guys are using this book this season. I am really for it. Can't see myself losing interest in this anytime soon. And these 2 together, I think, are a powerful combination in structuring our homeschool for this season.